Happy Monday and happy St. Patrick's Day. All in our green today. All right. For this Monday with Marie, the team thought they'd have some fun with me and they compiled a bunch of questions that, let's just say, we just would normally go to the wayside because apparently some of them are pretty cheeky. So I have, they're in categories, it looks like. So I have 20 questions in the category of pricing, services, and business development. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, so the first question is there an app that tells me how much to charge, or do I keep making it up until someone complains? Wow. Okay. The second question is, how can I price my services without losing clients, my sanity, or Netflix privileges? Okay. Is winging it considered a legitimate pricing strategy? Asking for a friend. Should I raise my prices every time my mom says I'm undervaluing myself? All right, how do I tell my clients my prices went up without hiding under my desk? And then, can I price based on a vibe alone, or is math absolutely necessary? If my pricing is too high, will I scare everyone away, or will they just think I'm secretly famous? Oh, God. All right, so let's take the pricing under my desk one. Okay, how do I tell my clients my prices went up without hiding under my desk afterwards? One, when you're thinking about pricing and you're thinking about the strategy of increasing your pricing, like you've done your research and you know you need to increase your pricing, don't just do it automatically. Don't just go, okay, so today's Monday and on Tuesday my prices go up. Who do you think you are? President Trump? You can't just do tariffs the next day. No, 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 no. This is how it works. What you'll need to do is you'll write an email explaining, which honestly, with the economics that are happening right now, or we haven't increased our prices in several years, just give a brief, simple, clear, honest explanation of why you're doing the price increase, and then set the price increase time for a few months in the future. So, as an example, it is March 17th. You want to do a price increase. You want that price increase to happen in June or July. Why, you ask Marie? Well, you want to give people enough time to be able to manage that price increase. They are your customers, you've given them really great service. So you want them to be able to not only recognize the great service, but more importantly, be able to plan for the price increase. That's how you do a proper price increase. That's also how you do proper tariffs, but you know, we'll just leave that one alone. All right. The other thing that you want to consider when you're doing that price increase, you really want to do a really simple statement, almost like a press release in the form of an email. You send it out to all your clients. You let them know, for example, with the price of your goods going up, or your assessments or services or raw materials, whatever it is that you sell, with those prices increasing, you are going to have to increase the price of the service or product that you're selling to them. You're going to be doing that in a few months, March to July. It'll take effect. If they have any questions or concerns, please reach out. And then you want to reach out to your clients individually and just let them know, as if you're service based, if you have corporate clients and you're service based, you want to reach out to your clients, let them know that you sent them an email about the price increase and that you'd love to answer any questions that they may have. Okay, so that's how you handled the price increase. So the next question, which is, do I base my prices on a vibe, or is math absolutely necessary? Math is absolutely necessary. There's an actual pricing formula. I kid you not. There really is. There's an actual pricing formula to figuring out what your pricing is. And that's what you want to use. You don't want to use a vibe. You don't want to use like a feeling and you don't want to wing your pricing. You want to have a real pricing strategy, which also answers the asking for a friend one. And funny enough, there are apps that you could use. There are a lot of systems out there that you could use for pricing. But again, I hope that's helpful, even though those are really funny questions. I hope that is really helpful. Another really quick one, I see a question here. How do I avoid the pricing strategy known as panic discounting? First of all, you want your pricing to be value-based, meaning that you have explained the value of the service or the product that you are providing, and that people see the value and they also see the return on that investment. And when you do that as a pricing strategy, you don't automatically have to discount your prices. The other thing, and I'll be honest, I don't remember where I heard this, honestly, but the thing is that you don't want to count other people's money. And what I mean by that is you don't want to be in a situation where you're thinking, this person can't afford my services, so I'm going to have to discount it. Why would you assume that? How about be honest with them, let them know what the value is, let them know what the return on the investment is, give them a thorough understanding of what they're going to get out of this service, and let them decide if they can afford it or not, as opposed to just discounting your service. The funny thing is, if you think about major purchases that you've made, when you've really wanted that purchase, you've figured out a way to pay for it. And that's the reality of life. People will figure out a way to pay for it if this is what they really want. Okay, so let's move on to the next category. And you know what I'm going to do, just because I think this is what we should do. I'm looking off camera. I think what we should do is actually, sorry, my phone is going crazy. I think what we really should do is list these questions in the comments so people can have a good laugh and read some of these questions, because they are really funny and I can't read all of them. These are really funny. I think we should list them in the comments. Okay, so some leadership questions. Can I still be a great leader if my main strategy is coffee and optimism? Sure. Yes. I don't think it needs to be your main strategy, though. I think you need a real strategy, because optimism is a wish. I think you need a real plan and not a wish, but you know. Okay. Is faking it till you make it an actual leadership style, or is that just something my therapist said once? I think it's something your therapist said once. It's not an actual leadership style. Hilarious. Can I be empathetic without accidentally becoming the office therapist? Yes, you can. Here's the thing. Empathy is an important part of being a leader, but boundaries are also an equally very important part that people don't really always talk about. And you need to set those boundaries up front. So here's a great example. Let's say you have someone that loves to come into your office and chit chat with you, or ask you for advice, or really eat up your time. As soon as they come in and they say, do you have a minute? It's okay to say, no, I don't. If you really don't, like, it's not going to hurt anyone's feelings to say. My philosophy is, if you ask me a yes or no question, you must anticipate there's a 50% chance I will say no. There's a 50% chance I will say yes. And you must anticipate both options. Now, all that to say this, if someone comes in and you have a few minutes, be honest with them and say, listen, I only have 5 minutes. And if you don't mind, just to keep us both accountable, I'm going to set a timer, because I enjoy talking to you, and the time might go by really quickly and I don't realize that it's gone past the time, but I have this project that needs to get done, or I have this client meeting, or whatever it is. And then you have them sit, you set the timer, and then you go ahead and have the conversation. Timer goes off, and it's a very low stress way to then say, oh, the timer's gone off. I really do need to get back to this project. This has been great. Getting people off the phone is always difficult. And I will be honest and say, sometimes I struggle with this. And so one of the things that I have done with that is that I just say, listen, I only have, and I state the amount of time that I have. And then when that time is up, I'll say, the time is up and I really need to get back to this project, but it was lovely talking to you. I'm happy if I helped you. If you need more time, let's schedule another appointment. But you need to be really strict on your time so that you don't end up becoming the office therapist. All right. The next one is, do good leaders delegate all the hard stuff, or do I have to pretend to love spreadsheets too? Let's talk a little bit about that. Delegation should never be about just delegating the stuff I don't want to do. Delegation as a leader should really be about an opportunity to be able to help someone build a critical skill that they need to have to become the next leader, or to build the skill that they need to build. Now, as a business owner, as a CEO, there might be things that you don't want to do or you don't have to do. And instead of thinking of those things as, I'm going to delegate that to someone, I'd like you to think about it in terms of, I need to hire someone to do this. So you're actually hiring someone for that specific task. I'm going to hire, if I hate doing spreadsheets, I'm not going to delegate that to someone because I don't want to do it. I'm going to hire someone to do those spreadsheets because that becomes their job. They have the skill set, they have the know-how to do it. I'm hiring for that. When I'm delegating, I'm really helping that team member build those skills. So I'm going to delegate this particular task to them to help them build the skills that they need by doing this work, not because I don't want to do it, it's hard, I'm just going to send it to someone else. That doesn't help them. That actually erodes trust because they'll know, oh, you're only sending me stuff you don't want to do. All right. And with that, oh, there's one more that I see here that I want to address. Can I motivate my team using only GIFs and memes, or do I actual talking required? Yes, actual talking is required. Sorry. You have to talk to people. You can't just send them funny like memes and memes and videos, TikTok videos. You actually have to have conversations with people. All right. And with that, I will say thank you for this Monday. These questions are hilarious. There are a lot of them. We're going to get them posted in the comments so that you can have some fun and read some of these crazy questions. And if you want to, you can even reply to some of these crazy questions. Do not worry. No names will be used for these, even though apparently we do have their names, but they were all taken out when they were given to me in this list. So no names will be used. So the guilty will not be notified that they were guilty. So there you have it. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. I hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day. I will see you next week, same time, same place. Bye.